in Exodus chapter 25, when Moses is up on the mountain, God gives him something very important, and that is he gives him we could say the plans, the blueprints for the building of the tabernacle in the book of Hebrews. Now, the book of Hebrews was written to Hebrews, to Jews that were in the first century, and we don't know exactly where they were, but many scholars and commentators believe that they were Jewish believers in Yeshua that were at one time perhaps attendants at the temple, so they were familiar with all of the regulations regarding the temple sacrifices. Again, it was the high priest, the Kohen HaGadol, who once a year would go into the Holy of Holies, first making atonement for himself, then he would make atonement on behalf of the nation of Israel. He would go in to the Holy of Holies, and he would have bells at the bottom of his robe to jingle so that the people would know that when he went in and they heard the jingle, that he was okay. Because if he wasn't okay, meaning that he went in without all of the proper sacrifices, that God would strike him dead. Because you could not come into God's presence without the appropriate atonement sacrifices and being cleansed of his own sin in order to make atonement on behalf of the people. Okay? So when he came out, then there was rejoicing, because it's an indication that God accepted the sacrifices and the atoning on behalf of the people, and now they were good for another year. Now, in Hebrews chapter 8, verse 1, it says this. Now, here is the main point being said. We do have such a Kohen HaGadol, meaning a high priest, who has taken his seat at the right hand of the throne of the majesty in heavens. What are we talking about here? Well, the writer of Hebrews was comparing the priesthood of Messiah, Yeshua, that he was and is a greater high priest than the earthly high priest, meaning Aaron and later his son and sons after him, who were mere humans, although they fulfilled a role, a very important role, yet there is a greater high priest